Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Oracle is My Tarot. I am the Ancestorsoracle, Empress V. Thank you for tuning in. Today's topic is going to be what I have been feeling, something that has been on me to speak about this morning. And what it is has to do with the casualties of war, the art of war, and also the things that happen along the way that are unthought about, right? The things that happen along the way that are unthought about. Famine, right? We know what famine is, a lack of food. But you could also have famine of the mind. You could also feel lonely even with people around. Like if anyone knows the song by the lovely Jill Scott, lonely whenever you're around. How is it possible that we are just coming out of quarantine, right? Depending on the state that you are in. But across America, quarantines are being lifted and we are being able to go back to or to begin the path of going back to that we need to go back to, right? Whether it's work or whatever you do on a regular daily basis. And for a lot of us, that has changed. For some people, a lot of people have lost their jobs. And there were also some people who were already unemployed and they just, finally applied for unemployment because of, people are going to be receiving pandemic relief now. So numbers are also being factored in that weren't factored in before. However, we're not going down that path today. So it's important for us to remember that just because we have people around us and just because we're able to have the family time, sometimes family time is not always pleasant. Sometimes family time is not always pleasant, and for those of you who may be experiencing adverse things at this moment within time, I'm sending you love, light, and healing. And one of the things that happen along the way with war is people's emotions have extreme highs and extreme lows. And if you look at the times that we're in at this moment, currently 2020 May, we're experiencing extreme highs and lows. We have probably as a whole, the human population, humanity, human beings have experienced some of the most extreme highs and lows in a very long time. So with that being said, this also creates mental instability because we're not used to dealing with these types of things, and also because we are not accustomed we're not accustomed to being in such conditions. And especially as Americans, we do not want to be told what to do. We do not want to be told where to go, how to move, so on and so forth. So these are also things that we have to learn to deal with. And it's really hard for us to be able to learn how to deal with things that we've never dealt with when we have never dealt with them, right? So because there's so much stimulation and people make the choice, bad habits get passed down, right? We don't have certain habits built up within ourselves because we were not trained. We were not trained to consciously concentrate, to really focus, to have willpower, to have discipline. And these are the things that we have been reflecting on as a collective. but also within our own individual selves, and seeing and realizing that there is a lacking of these very important characteristic traits, and that there is a lacking in the passing down of those of said traits, because we just don't know how to do that, right? So I'm going to begin to pull some cards now, and I'm going to see what I get. It's going to be very important just to keep certain things in mind. Oh, it's going to be very important to keep certain things in mind, that, you know, through the adversities, through the madness, through everything that is going on with at this current time, to be still within the mind, to try and remain humble. Not everyone is down at this moment within time. Not everyone is in the pits of the soul. Some people have been through the pits of the soul and are rising out of that. However, collectively, a lot of people are in the pits of the soul right now, and this is really sad. And what we need is love. What we need is love right now, and this is something that we need to make contagious. Something that we need to just pass it on to our neighbors, regardless of what. And the ways that we can do that now is through service, through being there for other individuals. And what do we have? We have the fear, you know, and it's understandable that you're scared to do that. But in order to get to the other side, it's going to be important for you to release that, so that you can also release regret. Okay, so it's just, these are the feelings that we're dealing with currently at these moments in times. Things that we should have did. I should have started that business. I knew I should have did this. I knew I shouldn't have took that job. I knew I should have took that job. Why am I acting like this? Why am I treating people like this? You know, all of these things that I'm receiving right now. It's a multitude of fear and regret. And at the end of it all, you just have to make the choice to configure. It's going to take patience to get out of it, but you just have to make the choice and say that I want to do this. Be patient with yourself, and don't be so hard on yourself to the point where you feel like, I gotta do this and I gotta do it now. I gotta stop doing this shit now. I gotta stop smoking now. I gotta stop drinking now. I have to stop these adverse things that I'm doing now, you know, because if I don't stop, I'm going to get sick and I'm going to die. Some people are just so angry going through this thing right now. And it's understandable, right, that you're in that place. However, it's going to be important for you to be the one who controls your emotions. Don't let your emotions control you. Guru Dapan, he speaks about consciousness, and he also references how the awareness is a globe, a ball of light, and the mind is a open space with different compartments. And the globe of awareness travels throughout the mind. And you could be in the angry part, the sad part, the whatever part, the joyful part, the work part. Think about this, guys, and know that you have the power to shift your awareness to wherever you are, to wherever you want it to go. And just because you are aware of feeling angry does not mean that you have to let that feeling encompass you and engulf you up and just swallow you to the point where you're continually giving off and being in an angry and nasty mode. Okay, so that's going to be important for you to continue to consider that. What's going to be a message that we have? What is going to be a message that we have here? What's going to be a message that we have? Okay. have for the people who need to receive them. Okay. Romance angels are helping you. Be gentle with yourself, just as I was saying. Be gentle with yourself and do not put yourself into a place where you're being hostile, where you don't know where to go. We got 2 here. You and your loved ones are protected, and your children are watched over by angels. And this goes right along with the fear. This goes right along with the fear. You being scared to do certain things and to move, to push forward, to push through. Because, you know, of the things that are going on right now, you don't know how your children will be affected. And this is making you angry and it's pushing you out of balance. And it's going to be important for a lot of us to just be able to turn off the TVs. Yes, we need to know what's going on. You can simply go online and go to and read articles. Read a brief article. Okay, this is the article. This is the update for the day. And leave it alone. Leave it alone. Because the more you consume it, the more it will consume you. And in these times, it's very important for us not to get information overload. It's extremely easy to get information overload. It's extremely easy to get information overload. And your people are helping you, and they're helping you with love. The romance angels are helping you. They're helping you with love. Just as I mentioned before, what we need is love, to be uplifted, to be uplifting each other. And the only way we can get to the roots, the pits, the depths of that is to shift our awareness within our minds and be with peace and love. And it is okay to be with peace and love at these times. Just because you see adversities happening around you does not mean that that is where you have to have yourself. Your feelings, your emotions, the way that you move through this, and your children's future is dependent on the way you move through this. And if you continue to move through this in fear, with regret, not just releasing it and letting it go and just saying, you know what, it's okay. I fucked up. It is what it is. I did this and that in the past. This is a new that is being created right before our eyes. We've heard the sayings of the meek shall inherit the earth, all of these types of things like that. This is the time. You can just look around and see all of the truths are being revealed at this current moment within time. Everything is still trying to be suppressed. However, things are still coming to surface, and you have to be able to be in a place where you can put the pieces together for yourself. But if you're not in a place where you feel okay with yourself, you can't even begin to go out to really truly see and understand and know what's going on outside, because you haven't figured out what you feel inside, what's going on inside. So there's absolutely no way that you can try and figure things out. Okay? And I need for you to understand this. This is imperative. Your children's future, your nieces and nephews' future, your future is dependent on what you do today. And if you do not take the steps to release those adverse, gunky, icky, dark, murky, blotchy feelings, I'm seeing so many of you with this things in your aura. If you don't release them, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay? When you die, you're going to die like that, the way that you're feeling right now. And no one knows when you're going to die. You could die 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40, 50, 60 years from now. So you're going to make the choice to hold on to these nasty, disgusting feelings because of fear, because you're scared, because you're worried. Be gentle with yourself and let the shit fucking go. Have patience. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. What are some things that they need to know in reference to their personal characteristic traits? What are something that they could focus on? Reflection. Reflection. What are some other things that they could focus on in reference to? Healing. So this is all what we're talking about. It's just coming out in the cards. This is just your confirmation that you wanted. If you needed any more confirmation because you've already been feeling it, and this is why you're even watching this video. We can do this together. We can come together and lift ourselves up into a better place, okay? The romance angels are helping you. Now, what this card is saying that you are being pushed forward in love. If you look at the picture, they're all coming together lovingly in a loving way. Archangel Michael, because these are the Archangel Michael cards, is coddling the children, right? He's coddling the children. The children are around him. Now, with that being said, we have to know that just because it says romance does not mean, oh, my love life with A, B, and C. Listen, this romance in that fashion is something that needs to be put on the back burner right now. Okay? We need to be focused on the growth of humanity and the opening of humanity's portal. What's the word that I'm looking for? Spirit, give me the words that I'm looking for that I need to say for the message to be delivered in a proper way, because I'm having a hard time finding the words that I need to find to deliver this message. So, okay, we have two. Relaxation and empowerment. Relaxation and empowerment. So those are also going to be things that you need to worry about. I kind of threw myself off a little bit there. Sorry, guys. But those are going to be the things also. Through relaxation, we will find the empowerment to develop and release the regret and release the fear. And we have done some ugly things. I'm picking up on somebody who has done some really ugly, nasty things. And you know what? With the right things, if you choose to make the choice to stop the bullshit that you have been doing, with the right things, you can begin to turn the tide of the adversities that you have caused within your family. Okay? And that's a very specific message for a small few who may be watching this video. It's going to be important for us to take the time out to do what we need to have self-reflection, to release those ugly, nasty, disgusting, dirty feelings that we have within ourselves, so that we may continue to grow in a positive, upward, spiritual way, so that we may be able to see and understand ourselves, and then in turn be able to go out and face the battle, which is the art of war. Know your side. Know your place. If you're good at a bow and arrow, that is your weapon. If you are good at healing, medical things, that is your weapon. That is your job. If you are good at serving food, bringing people together, making sure that the soldiers are fed, that is your job. If you are a soldier, if you are a warrior, and it is for you to fight, that is your job. There are different aspects of fighting as well. We have the physical act, and we also have the spiritual act. We have the mental act. These things are important for us to know and for us to understand going forward, so that we may continue to grow and come into what it is that we are supposed to come into. Your future counts on what you do today. Like, subscribe,